Hi guys, it's Mia with ESL 5-6. This week we are focusing on education at school. How do you define education? How is it different for you here than in your country? What are your goals? What are the obstacles? Remember that if you have any questions about your next steps in terms of education with our program, we have a coaching department that can help you. So you can always set up an appointment with one of them and talk to them about next steps if you like. We're going to explore some present passive and also practice our pronunciation with ED words that end in ED. All right, let's get started. Thanks, guys. Hi, everybody. All right, welcome to ESL 5-6. This week's theme is at school, education. All right, some questions for us to think about. How do you define education? What are the different types of ways to be educated? How is it different for you here than in your country? How important is it in your life? And what are your plans? What are the obstacles? The pre-click is for the teacher mainly. So we will go to the next slide here. Okay, grammar tip 1. We are going to explore present passive, which is a passive way of saying something that could be said in a more active sense. For example, here, Delgado Adult Ed offers online classes. The passive would be online classes are offered. So if you notice, there is a subject plus a be plus a past participle with present passive. So the object of the active sentence becomes the subject of the passive sentence, right? So the object online classes becomes the subject here. Let's look at some others. Does the college offer certification classes? Or are certification classes offered by the college? When do students test? When will the students be tested? Alrighty, so here's a little practice for that. This is about Wafa and Vanessa. Read with me if you like. Wafa has a degree in nursing from her home country and is taking English classes. English classes, what would you put here? I think we should put are taken. English classes are taken by Wafa so that she can move forward with her nursing career here. Vanessa, when is the food safety course offered? Food safety course is offered every session. Yeah? Is it making some sense? Let's talk about it. What subjects interest you to study? What more would you like to learn about professionally or maybe in your own personal life? Examples might be learn another language, on-the-job training, take business class, manage time better, be more patient, less defensive, love more, stress less. I always put this because I think it is a good thing for us all to remember at this time. Okay. Grammar tip 2, review pronouncing ED verb endings. So there are 3 ways to pronounce ED verb endings with the T sound, the D sound, and the ID sound. The basic rule, and your teacher will probably go over this with you, but the basic rule of thumb, as we say, is if the present form of the word ends in T or D sound, you voice the ED, and it will sound like id. If the last sound in the base verb is not T or D, then you do not voice the ED, and it will come out sounding like T or D. And there is a list of more specific rules in terms of when you pronounce T, like it's the sh sound and the k and the p and the o and the k. And pretty much everything else you pronounce with a d sound. But that is for your class. You can have fun. Let's just do a couple together. How about this? Students are supposed to come to class twice a week. All students are advised to wear masks. And here's the main one. Here's the main rule. Classes are located at different campuses normally. So I'd like for you to try these. You see how that last sound should be. Supposed, talked, finished, advised, required, realized, located, not expected, participated. Alrighty, conversation topics. What are some obstacles for you in terms of education? What are some successes? Tell us about a friend or family member's experience. Common expressions. You guys know we work on expressions because there are so many in English that we use in everyday life. I know it by heart. We've got a lot of ground to cover today, meaning there's a lot to do. And when you say I know it by heart, that means you have memorized it. Like you know every lyric to a song, for example. You would say, I know it by heart. Teacher's pet. Somebody who's a little, really, really, maybe too sweet with the teacher, right? Always makes good grades, etc., etc. I bombed the test. Better luck next time. Bombed it. You did not do well. You failed the test if you bombed. The opposite would be aced. Okay, if you keep playing hooky, you won't catch on. So hooky is when you don't go to school, you play hooky. And catch on means understand. Okay. Conversation practice. Carlos, what's up? This isn't like you to make such a bad grade. The teenager says. Okay, so I take it I must have bombed the test. I thought I knew it all by heart, but obviously I didn't. Teacher says, I'll help you, but you gotta stop playing hooky from school or you'll never catch on. The teenager says, I'm a teacher's pet from here on out. The teacher says, yeah, okay. All right, let's get started. We got a lot of ground to cover. Okay, that's it. See ya. And if you'd like to check out some examples on the television, here is a link that will show you some passive voice scenes from TV shows that are popular just for fun. Okay. All right. Thanks a lot. I'll see you later, y'all. Bye-bye.